What up, man, folk? This is Info Media. Hope y'all enjoying your holidays. I'm not gonna take up too much of y'all time, so without further ado, we're gonna get into the latest episode of Baddies USA. So, in the latest episode, the fight with Summer Persuasion, I feel like just stemmed from the Bad Girls chains getting handed out at the same time as Baddies chain is getting handed out. As Summer got that BGC tattoo on her chest, and she see them getting BGC chains, and she want one of them motherfuckers. So she like, shit, I gotta fight a bad girl to get a bad girl's chain. So shit, it is what it is. So she went over there. Natalie was giving Baddies chains or bad girls chains. Persuasion started to pop her shit and made Summer feel some type of way because that's the chain she really wants. Zeus don't make sense when it comes to them editing a lot of dialogue out that kind of takes away from the context of the show, and it kind of prevents us from connecting with the characters of the show because there's no dialogue. It's just shock value, problem, drama after drama, but it doesn't show how the drama builds up because it just seemed like Summer just randomly ran up on Persuasion for no reason, when there's a lot of stuff being edited out before it makes it to the screen. Now, this season, I feel like with Summer followed out with the big three, it's gonna give the show a different trajectory. Like with Summer not being a part of the big three, it's gonna change the whole vibe and the theme of Baddies USA and what we thought it was gonna be. Now, granted, it is fades happening, but it just seemed like everybody just want a moment. It's not actually like, okay, my squad don't fuck with your squad, and you know what I mean? Like, we gonna have squads versus squads. It's more so like everybody trying to like get along and blend all of everybody's feelings and clicks together and shit. It don't really seem like nobody really standing on shit on their own. It's like everybody either folding on their own or they standing on it when they with a group, but they not standing on it by themselves, if that makes sense. This crossover between BGC girls and baddies is the fact that there's not too many BGC girls that rap and make music and stuff like that, and I understand that's the theme of what Zeus is doing now with this season of USA. It kind of leaves the BGC girls in a weird space because they're there to party, but they can't really get in on the performances. They're just there, you know what I mean? It's just a part of the cast. Natalie needs to give them more of a role than just being on the same cast as baddies, you know what I mean? Like it either should have been like a all-star type of obstacle course challenge grand prize type of thing. You got the bad girls versus the baddies, and you know what I mean, like a obstacle course contest, like a tournament type of thing, because it builds up the drama. It didn't have one part of the season where girls allowed to switch up their house, and if they want to go to one house, you gotta go, but that's the only time in the season where you can switch up. You stay where you at, you stay where you at. So if your team win, everybody split the grand prize. So if the grand prize is like, let's just say $500,000, everybody on that team split that $500,000. Or just make it, give them more of a theme, like what is the show building up to? There's no eliminations, so at least have a contest. So if everything was like structured and like, okay, if your team lose, your team faces elimination, and that's just what it is. If our team lose, we face elimination. But it's real like another season of Baddies, like it's a house B versus house A type shit. And each house, it might be some drama, and if it's some drama, y'all ain't able to hold it down, you want to go with the other team, cool, go with the other team, but you can't come back over here. So if the other team lose and you went over there, you can get eliminated from that side. So the fight between Summer and Hannah and Lynn, as I'll break it down like frame by frame. At first, Summer and Mariah Lynn had a word. So as Mariah Lynn is getting up, Anna gets up. But Anna is closer to Summer than Mariah Lynn, but she's like, you know, Summer shut the fuck up, walked up to her like, Summer shut my cut, you shut the fuck up. And they just pointing at each other. They got equal space and opportunity to hit, but Anna don't hit Summer. She walks up to her, tell her shut the fuck up. If you really want to fight her, you should have just stole off. Why you talking? But then you want to steal off on her when Mariah Lynn come up and try to sneak Summer as Anna is talking to Summer. But don't sneak her. And then when it's time to square up, you backing up. You do all that, but you snuck though, but you backing up. So that fight with Summer and Mariah Lynn, Summer beat the fuck out of Mariah Lynn. When it comes to Summer and Anna knows Summer got them hands. That's why Anna chooses when to run up on Summer. She never run up on Summer when it's like head up. She gotta run and like do some sneak shit, cause she knows Summer can bop her ass. So they can say what they want about Summer and shit, but at the end of the day, they know she ain't no slouch. Now, she ain't the best fighter in the motherfucking house. We know that. But don't try her like she just easy money. This ain't, what's her name? From Baddies Gonna Walk. On Baddies Africa. I'm talking about Baddies Elsie. Oh, they trying Summer like she Elsie. They trying Summer like they think she LCK. LCK cool, she funny as shit, but she ain't got no hand. So like I said, Anna knew not to like steal off. She just came up and tried to like pop it in front of everybody, but she ain't try to steal off on Summer until somebody else did it. This season of Anna I don't fuck with. At the end of the day, that friend shit, that, oh, I'm fighting for my friend fighting, I'm fighting, that shit lame. If your friend getting jumped, then you jump. But your friend need to handle their own work at the end of the day. I don't want nobody next to me who can't hold their own, because then you ain't gonna have my back, because you can't even protect your damn self. So I know you can't protect me. So at the end of the day, Anna, scary, and everybody that's with her, scary, besides Tasiki. That's it, that's all. If any time you hit somebody is when they not looking at you, you soft. At least Mariah Lynn was about to get up and get active. Like she was about to walk into it head up. Anna sneaking this whole time. This whole season, Anna sneaking and jumping. The fuck? Natalie was right with telling Summer, like, how the fuck we gonna perform and your face looking like that? Her whole top lip looked like a golf ball, but you wanna be out there and get bookings and shit. How you gonna, like, that don't make sense. What Dolly saying is, you gonna go ahead and be messy, I'ma stay out of it. To me, that just try to, it makes it seem like she's being mature when really she just showing that she not gonna have Summer back. So for her to say later on in the scene that, oh, Summer, you know, we locked in like that while they was on the sprinter, I'm glad Summer called that out, like, no, we not locked in. Cause this is the second time Summer got snubbed by Anna. Yo bitch just got snubbed by Anna. You just told Anna the day before, I'm not gonna fight you because you smaller than me. Why would you even tell a bitch? Anybody can get it. Small, tall, fat, skinny. Wow. Nigga, if you an amputee and you act like you want some smoke, nigga, it is what it is. If I don't do nothing to nobody. But that's your homegirl getting snubbed by somebody that ain't even your friend, and you gonna let that happen? But then turn around and tell your friend y'all locked in. You ain't locked in, ho. You let them hoes sneak me. You let them hoes jump me. And you wanna sit up here in front of them. Only cause we in front of them, you wanna act like, oh, we all locked in and everything. Like, nah, it ain't. Y'all weird. Cause y'all got in the house with these new hoes. And y'all start to switch up because y'all look up to these hoes. Y'all don't really fuck with me. You only fuck with me for the time being because y'all ain't had no motion going. But now y'all feel like it's other girls in the house who got more motion this summer. So y'all switching up because y'all wanna be under their motion. That's all that is. It's called bandwagon. They with Summer until they see that it's other people in the house with more motion for notoriety, whatever. So now they want to jump shit, and that's all that is. Tommy getting a chain makes sense, because if Smiley gets a chain, and she gave out a chain to Jasmine from the previous season, I feel like Tommy deserved a chain. It's her third season from Baddies Midwest. She didn't deserve that, so it's a lot of people ain't deserve Baddie chain. So Tommy getting a chain kind of makes sense. It's her third season making an appearance. So I feel like, because one of her first season was Baddies West. Fourth season. Okay, her fourth season, I'm sorry. Tommy, fourth season. She deserved that Baddie chain. DJ Sky. This is how I feel about DJ Sky. Her confessionals don't match her in real life standing on business. She don't stand on how she feel in the present moment. But when it's confessionals, she's somebody who throw rocks and hide their hands, or they don't stand on what they feel. DJ Sky feel like she deserve a chain. I feel like she deserve a chain. This your third season appearance. Don't let them play on in your face, but you gotta be willing to shake the room up to let that be known. I feel like DJ Sky is afraid to shake the room up because she afraid of the pushback she might get from that shit. So that's scary and it's lame, because I feel like DJ Sky, you did deserve that. You deserve that chain, but you should have voiced it. You try to remove yourself and get attention from removing yourself, when really you should have stood on it and said, hey, I don't like how I ain't getting no chain. I gotta fight a hoe for this chain or something. We should have waited it out, or you should have popped your shit. But if you weren't gonna pop your shit about you not getting a chain and make it a problem, because there was a problem with you to where you had to just take a moment to yourself because you was upset. So if it made you feel like that, you should have said something. And whoever had a problem with that shit, run that. So for her to do that was just real white girl of her to act like she was entitled to somebody to come chase after her and defend her getting the chain. Like, no, speak up for your damn self. But yeah, that's it. But like her making Tommy and Rolly the top baddies, like the I guess daddy managers, was actually smart, because Rolly, she's been with Zeus for a long time. I guess before baddies it was even a thing. So Rolly becoming one of the top baddies in the house made sense, and it's on brand with, you know, just the future for what baddies could be if, you know, Natalie was to step down. Also, for Tommy to also be one of the other baddies managers made sense because of the influence that she had on the rest of the girls. Coming from Love and Hip Hop and other platforms, you know, Tommy's a big name. So all them girls in there are fans, they grew up watching her. So for her to be in the house and have an influence over the house and the girl, that also makes sense because they listen to her and they can resonate where she coming from and how to just go about conflict and just handle a certain situation. Like prior to her even being called up, she's still over there trying to talk to Summer, figure out what the problem is. You taking the initiative to try to like manage commanded shit already before she even got titled. So Natalie, picking both of them made sense. That was a good thought about that. Who can really command the floor better? Rolly commands the floor better than Tommy. Tommy, she get in there, she get a little rah, but I don't feel like her hands match them out. So all the performances, judging by the rehearsals, I'd say my top 3 performances had to be at number 1, Big GRETCH. And I know y'all gonna come for me. Big GRETCH had the best cohesive, clean sounding song. Like, it wasn't extra. She didn't have to pop ass to no extra shit. She was popping her shit. She did say nigga though. And I be feeling so bad for Jayla, cause it's like Jayla the only one willing to on that hill, and she just up there by herself when there's a room full of brown girls who understand the plight of brown girls and what black people go through. And Jayla not even brown. She like light butter pecan, and she's the only one who willing to go hard for that cause. And you got Kat over there looking, Suki over there looking. Don't nobody think surprising because we so normalized by it. But I appreciate you, Jayla. But nobody else say I appreciate you for sticking up for the name, reputation of black people and what we've been through with that name and that word. But anyway, second performance I feel like with the best is Cold Killer. I feel like Cold Killer being the opener made sense. Her song versus Taker just sounds better as a song. And when you look at the performances in rehearsal, you kind of can see the difference between who's the performer and who was just a lit girl who just happened to make a song that just went viral. So when you look at Tinker, like Cold Killer said in the episode, it just gives let me shake my ass and shit because I don't know how to perform and, you know what I mean, involve the crowd and get people, you know what I mean, to engage with my performance. They gave like let me twerk because they gonna rile it up because that's what everybody always do. So the third best performance is I'm caught between Suki and Tommy. But I'm mad I didn't get to hear Rolly. They showed Rolly perform. Like, Rolly would have been a third contender if they would have showed her rehearsal performance. But I'll probably give the third best to Suki. Just for as the club vibe and just turning up and selling off shows, I gotta make a good, a little club banger for the girls and shit. Tink's performance was, like I said, it wasn't horrible. It just didn't have any, like, structure, no character to it. You just walking around and you just popping your shit, but you're not really trying to perform. You just don't know what you want to do. CHRISEAN's performance, I feel like definitely threw the vibe off. I feel like DJ Sky trying to play vibe wasn't necessarily wrong because it was on brand with the baddies, stuff. And I get CHRISEAN going through her journey and all, but for her to make this pivot away from the baddies vibe that's currently going on at rehearsal, is just like you kind of making this moment about your change instead of just being on brand with the baddies theme, which is it's a vibe. Now I get everybody don't understand where she's at, but at the same time, your sister requested it, everybody requesting it because that's a big song that was on the baddie season, so it's like you gotta perform that. But she made it about the Christian thing and that's where she's going with it, but it definitely threw the vibe off, and I hope they don't let her perform that at the party because it's just gonna throw the whole theme and the vibe and everything off. Let's not make this about CHRISEAN if she ain't performing vibe. Sorry. So on the tour bus, it opens up with Rolly sitting down talking to Donnie, talking some, giving some of her her tens on just being unapologetic and being herself. And that's when Dolly decided to come in and insert herself in the conversation and say her only problem with Sumner is such and such, and she don't really go into it, but she try to like bring in the conversation about telling Summer that we locked in. And Summer like, no, we not. And I guess Dottie take that as like, oh, you trying to show out in front of these people by like trying to like basically like deny me or reject me in front of them. But I think from Summer's angle, bitches just snuck her multiple times. Like, she got jumped basically and y'all did nothing. So why are you surprised that she's telling you like, no, we not locked in, no, we not friends like that? Because a friend ain't gonna let Anna hit me as I'm fighting Mariah Lynn. Get what I mean? Let Anna sneak me while I'm fighting Tasiki. Y'all like, oh, stop, but y'all just got not doing nothing. Y'all just stared. So it's like, y'all not my mans for real. Like, you're not my partner for real. If you gonna let somebody jump me, sneak me, you're not my partner. So I understand why Summer said what she said. Now with the whole thing with Tavy trying to get clarity on the big three breaking up, she just wants to have a moment because she's happy that they breaking up, because previous season Tavy couldn't mess with the big three because she couldn't get past Lex. Even Dolly left her lumped up a couple times, so she's excited at this to see the big three fall apart. You hear Lex say, nah, we not, because she genuinely cares about Summer. I believe that. Yeah, she was using Summer to a degree, but she also cared about Summer to a degree. Summer, I feel like, feels betrayed, and like a natural Aquarius would act, they want to just remove themselves from the situation because of the expectation and disappointment they felt. They like, all right, I'm gonna just step back. And so Summer just don't want to hear nothing, don't want to really like get an explanation. It's more so like she kind of like washing her hands with it. She done with it because of how they move, which rightfully so. Someone got the right to feel. So everybody trying to chime in on their situation is kind of like weird. The fact that the big three always kind of address the members of the big three around other girls, which is weird because it seems performative. When y'all want to have these conversations about the problems y'all have with each other, they'll always have it with an audience around y'all, so it don't really seem real. If y'all really felt the way about Summer or really want to talk to Summer, that should have talked to Summer off camera, really got some clarity off camera. So I don't know if Dottie is reaching out trying to talk to Summer and really get some understanding, like, look, I should have been there with you. Woo. I'm thinking everybody is just trying to just play it cool. That's the thing that Summer ain't really rocking with. It's like, yeah, I'm playing it cool, but deep down I know y'all ain't really rocking with me because y'all don't let me get jumped and snuck multiple times and did nothing. So we gonna leave that right where it's at. On the other bus, on the Splendor with Anna and Biggie, I don't feel like their situation was really a situation. Their friendship is also performative. Secretly, they don't like each other. They just both don't want to be alone in that situation, being on baddies and not having nobody to protect them. So they just fake it with each other, fake like each other until they not on the season no more and they can go back to their regular lives and be away from all that drama to really expose how they really feel about each other. But in that scene, I feel like Biggie was dragging it a little bit, being extra. But again, that's girl drama. They'll be alright. They just was having a little girl moment. I don't really feel like it was nothing deep about that. Now, when it goes back to the tour bus and it shows Lex and Summer's conversation, Summer just getting a lot of flack for the wrong reasons. I don't really feel like Summer's bad as y'all making her out to be. And when you see this interaction between Lex and Summer as they talk, and I notice it's a pattern when Summer and Lex get to talking and Summer is trying to express whatever she's trying to express to Lex, Lex tends to spam that it doesn't matter. She always tells Summer it doesn't matter. Whatever Summer say to Lex, Lex always reply with it doesn't matter. So how does that make Summer feel when she's trying to talk to her friend about whatever she feels and her friend always hit her with it doesn't matter? So it doesn't matter. So she like, all right, well, I don't want to talk then. Lex always tells Summer whatever Summer feel don't matter, but then you want to have the floor. You want your feelings to be heard and you want to have empathy, but you're not giving Summer no type of empathy. So are you really Summer's friend, or are you just afraid to lose Summer because of the opportunities she presented to you? Summer not wrong for wanting to remove herself. Simple. They don't have her best interest. They have their own best interest. Summer is their best interest. That's the real thing that Lex ain't saying. Summer was their best interest as far as them getting through the season and having some type of like edge to them. Like I feel like Lex had hands, but she just didn't have no edge to her. The big three and being by Summer gave her, like I said in the previous video, it taught her how to pop it. So you couldn't just have hands, you gotta pop it. You gotta have your a presence about yourself, and that's the thing that Summer has, and that she gave Lex is a presence. Lex doesn't have a presence without Summer. Dolly don't have a presence without Summer, and that's just the truth. Pretty and all, hands and all, they don't have a presence. Summer makes sure she has a presence over having hands and whatever else that the other three got or the other two got. She makes sure her presence is known. So in that interaction on the bus between Lex and Summer, Summer ain't said nothing wrong. She ain't did nothing wrong. And for y'all that be coming for Summer, y'all gotta really look at it frame by frame. When they talking, Summer is trying to tell them like what's going on and like we don't have to be friends. She ain't disrespecting them or nothing. She feel away and she willing to have a conversation, but when y'all talking and y'all telling her she wrong or what she feel don't matter and she need to listen to them, but they don't gotta listen to her, I'm confused. It's a two-way street. Communication, respect is a two-way street. So it ain't just about how her friends feel. It's about how Summer feels as well. Dolly, she just there. She don't really care about Summer. She just want to be next to somebody who give her some type of like shine. Dolly is the opportunist, in my opinion. Dolly is the opportunist. She there, she'll protect Summer. She knows Summer gives her the clout and all that, so she play her role. Dolly just playing a role, and I ain't mad at it. But don't get in here and try to like be real. Just play your role. You know you playing a role, Dolly. Play your role. Stop trying to be off as a friend and just play your role. Now for Lex and Summer, if they really was friends, you let them hash that out. A friendship is a two-way streak. So that's how I feel about that situation. With the CHRISEAN trying to confront DJ Sky about whatever issue she had. The situation was this. CHRISEAN wanted to get a tattoo. DJ Sky got a tattoo guy to give CHRISEAN the tattoo with the agreement that if he give her a tat, she give him a post. DJ Sky set this whole thing up. CHRISEAN is saying that she was getting a neck tat. She went to sleep, they tatted her neck, she woke up viral, basically saying that the picture was taken of her neck while she was unconscious without her permission, which I can understand. But outside of yourself, you gotta realize that there's a transaction taking place. This guy agreed to give you a tattoo for a picture of you with the tattoo. So while you're asleep, being as though that DJ Sky set up this whole arrangement and this whole agreement, she would have to be the one to facilitate how this would carry out. You agreed to this, CHRISEAN. Now, if you were aware of how it was going to take place, that's on you for not knowing exactly how this was going to go down. But as you sleep, I'm pretty sure dude was like, yeah, so I'm going to need that post. Because in his mind, he don't know if you want to wake up and change your mind. A lot of people have that issue when they work in service, whether it's like hairdressers or tattoo people, where you'll give them the service and then they'll get up and they'll just bail on you, not pay for whatever reason. So he probably was like, hey, you know, I got, or the post or whatever the agreement is. Some people will just flake on the agreement because they don't want to do it no more after the service was given. So while he's giving her the tattoo and she's still asleep, who's to say the tattoo guy didn't ask DJ Sky, hey, can you take this picture, because that was the agreement. I don't want her to wake up and then refuse to give me the picture when we agreed upon that. So he just went ahead and did it while she was asleep. But again, DJ Sky is the one who set up the whole arrangement. So how are you mad at DJ Sky for facilitating something that you knew was going to happen just because it happened while you were sleeping? So for CHRISEAN to spin it that way, is like you could have talked about this with her when it happened. Don't wait to get on Baddies to have this issue, because what it's seeming like is that CHRISEAN is doing the same thing Blueface do to her. You around me this whole time. So now, at the drop of a dime, I'm going to remind you how I feel like you fake and you self-serving because you getting clout off of being around me. And it's true. DJ Sky's getting clout off of being around CHRISEAN, just like CHRISEAN's getting clout off of being around Blueface. It's a domino effect. So she just another part of the chain. Blueface did it to her, she gonna do it to you. It's the same thing. She do it to all her other friends. She telling you trying to get clout off of her, but Marsh is over there the whole time with a Baddies chain on her neck, and she literally was supposed to be CHRISEAN's bodyguard. Literally came there as CHRISEAN's bodyguard. You came there as a DJ, as a friend that she knew, you know what I mean? But you still kind of came there after CHRISEAN, so I'm gonna call it like it is. You did come there under CHRISEAN as an industry friend. So y'all blurring the lines, and y'all both are at fault for why y'all both are disappointed with each other, because y'all blurring the line between friend and industry friend. They both are at fault for that. So that whole situation is weird. Sean bring that up, it's weird because you let DJ Sky set up that whole arrangement, and then when she facilitate the transaction of taking a photo, which you promised do for an exchange for the tattoo, then you can't get mad at Sky for facilitating what you agreed upon. Now, I understand it happened while you were sleeping. That's kind of weird because, like, well, I could have took it while I was conscious with my eyes open, and you still could have got the picture. So I get what CHRISEAN is saying. You still could have got the picture. So for y'all to do it without me consenting is still a little weird. You know what I mean? What if I didn't like that angle? You know what I mean? What if I didn't like how I look in that photo? You could still give me the choice to choose the photo that's going to be placed in front of, like, millions of viewers. So I understand both sides. But to just be brought up right then and there on a show instead of not right then and there when it happened is just a little weird. That's all. Final thoughts, Rolly, this season, messy as fuck. She not giving management, she giving messy. Because the whole situation with DJ Sky and CHRISEAN on the bus came from Rolly trying to address Sky messing up a song at rehearsal. That happens at rehearsal. Y'all getting mad about her on some shit that happened at rehearsal, nigga. It's rehearsals, it's supposed to be fuck up. Don't nobody get mad that a basketball player missed shots at practice. They do, but we tighten it up. Why y'all trip if it ain't happening in the game? Chill. So that's what I see what DJ Sky is saying. We talking about rehearsal. What Alan Hour say? We talking about crack. We ain't talking about gang, none of that drop. We talking about crack. So for Rolly to bring that up on the bus kind of was like to throw DJ Sky under the bus to kind of serve some drama and shit. Because she already knew people had some problems with DJ Sky. I'm on the bus still don't like DJ Sky. CHRISEAN voiced her opinion. She already got a problem with DJ Sky. So for her addressing the problems that people got with DJ Sky on the bus, it seemed like Rolly was just the best. So, final thoughts when it comes to Dolly. Dolly just needs to go ahead and just do her own thing. Lex, she go ahead and do her own thing. Summer, she's better when she's by herself, to be honest. Lex and Scotty becoming friends is unexpected and expected at the same time. That makes sense. Because they both light skinned, they both got the same swag, they both kind of want to be pretty and want to be seen as the pretty light-skinned girl. So they both kind of like are the same people in different So, like I said, it's unexpected because I already can carry it out, but it's expected because they got, like Tommy said, a lot of similarity. I'm not surprised. Natalie this season is channeling her rapper era. Natalie's about to step into her rapper era and it's showing in this season that she about to with that Doing What I Want record, she about to take that to the next level, and we about to see some more come from Natalie Nunn. Her performing at the school, it wasn't bad. You know, out of school, I feel like was kind of on view because a lot of young people watch the show. There was nothing wrong. I feel like that was cool. A lot of kids could get Sexy Red. They can get all these other people. So for Natalie Nunn to come do it, I feel like it was cool. Tatum, my final thoughts on Tatum. I understand the whole situation where I'm calling her DMX because, like, you comparing a female to a male. But for Tavy, you carry yourself like a gangster. Tay, you hold yourself, and you know what I mean? Kind of, the get up is like a thug nigga. You feel me? Like 50 Cent, Dipset. Like, you got that old word is born New York type of swag. So when you coming with that in a room full of girls, they gonna notice the energy is different. So you can't be surprised if you're wearing all these baggy clothes and you walking and you talking all like, you know what I mean? He was dealing dope with Al Capone, or you know what I mean, somebody back in the times. This is like, you can't be surprised if you carry yourself like that. But for Tommy to point it out is a little, you know what I mean, it's a little shady. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, you can't be surprised if that's how you carry yourself. You look like the time bro, look like a stud in there. You carry yourself like a stud. You might slap on a wig from time to time. You might put on a little cubo 1-2 piece from time to time, but you're comfortable. You look most comfortable when you got the baggy clothes on. It is showing that that's your natural like comfort zone. So she just pointing out the obvious, but to compare you to a man, yeah, it's a little shady, but you can't be surprised if that's how you carry it. But I do feel like Tommy also is a little intimidated because I feel like Tavy is the gangster that Tommy thinks she is. Like when you see Tommy when she's copping off, she try to talk all hard and like extra New York in one moment, then in the next moment she real soft and like live a cafado. It'd be hard to tell with Tommy. But when she try to act gangster, I feel like Tavy is who she thinks she is. She thinks she Tavy. When she get all gangster and yeah, so somebody that's in the house who gangster kind of like outmatches hers, I feel like deep down that kind of mess with me. That's why she gotta feel the need to keep pointing that out, because you could point out so much stuff that's going on that look out of place on the season, but you keep pointing out the fact that she looked like DMX. So that goes to show you, this is sitting on your mind to where you got to keep bringing it up. This ain't the first time Tommy done pointed that out. You must feel like your gangsters is threatened because somebody else got more gangster than you, so you trying to be shady about it. Going into the next episode, we're going to finish off from the beginning of the fight between Tavy and Tommy. Tavy probably got the edge, but we can't really tell from little shots we seen, so we just have to see next episode. And I'll see y'all then.